Welcome back to GM Tips. And again, I'm Rick, and I'm the GM kind of hosting this one. I wanted to just share with you a little bit on the concepts of should we set up a campaign based around a single city, or should we explore the world? And that's always a good question to ask. And there's pros and cons to both when you're a GM. A lot of it depends on whether you're using material that's already been made or doing a homebrew or a mix. I kind of like, there's a path of mine that's a favorite when I play Pathfinder. And again, this varies depending on what system you're playing, whether it's Savage Worlds, D&D 5e, whether you're playing Monty Cook's new game, which I kind of like to give him a prop there on that one. That one, he and Shanna did a great job on that system. Or it depends on whether you're doing something like Infected or one of the other type of sci-fi, end-of-the-world, post-Holocaust types. Having a single base of operation for players gives a lot of richness, and I'll start there first, because you allow them to develop the key relationships that they can utilize throughout the campaign. Friends, enemies, informants. It just gives them a rich place where they can really draw to get a lot of information that they normally wouldn't get when they're adventuring around. And so I say that that it's sometimes an advantage when you give them that place. The path that I remember that I really love from Pathfinder is Rise of the Ruin Lords. And it puts a lot of the adventuring near Sand Point, which is a home base. It's a little city, and yet it spends a lot of time there and allows the players to really develop the relationships with the people of Sandpoint that help them out through the game. It's not always going to stay there. Now, not all places where you base in one place will stay at that base, but it gives them somewhere to go back to. It gives them somewhere to regroup. It gives them somewhere to rest and feel safe, or somewhat feel safe because you harass them a little bit there. But it gives them something familiar. Whereas hopping around the world, it's kind of a interesting, exotic idea, and it's fun as players to hop around and go exotic places you never have been. However, for a GM, it's a lot of work. You got to develop those areas, and I'm currently doing that in one of the paths I'm working on. Is they go from Taldor to another country. And that country is totally unknown to them. They know a little bit about it, but they don't know enough. And so I have to flesh out all the details for them. And will they stay there or will they go somewhere else? And the more places you hop, the more you have to develop, but the less you have to go real deep into that area in your development as a GM. You can kind of go over just a light glossing of what's going on in that area, especially if they're going to go somewhere else after that. So you don't have to develop it as much, but you lose the richness of a home base. And I think as a GM, I love the home base idea just because it's a great place that you can really develop that interaction, the side bantering. They can go to the watering hole or the bar they want to go to. It can be the same way with like a cosmic adventure or a post-Holocaust adventure. You can pick a city that's safe, where the cannibalistic zombies aren't trying to eat you as much. You've got protection from the people there. Or the monsters are held at bay because of the laser cannons and the shields that are up. Or, for mutants and masterminds, it's a home base where the players can go to regroup their heroes and recharge and have their fortress of solitude that they can stay in. Or in D&D, it's just a nice walled city like Waterdeep or some of the other places that they can go and really just take the time to draw on the knowledge. Go see the sages there. Talk to the different churches and get help to a cause. So just remember this. There's pros and cons to both. But you got to look at what's more important to you as a GM. Do you want to take them to exotic places they've never been and see their looks when you do? Or do you want to give them a place that, man, after a lot of dealing with the bad guys and the things that they're trying to accomplish, they can go back to this familiar place and just relax and have friends and people they know and feel safe? There's pros to both. And so whichever way you go, make both a fun experience for them. Really give enough richness in each that they're going to really associate with it, that they love it, and they want to keep going back because that's their place that they think about when they think about adventuring. You know you've done your job when you've done that. So I hope this helps you out. Again, these are just little snapshots that I want to give you guys to try to help you refine how you run things and how you think. Again, if you want things out of the books, there's other people that'll do a better job than me going through the books and the little details. I'm not here to give you rules, nuances. I'm here more to help you as the storyteller, the thinker, the designer. So I hope this helps, and have a great week.